Hey everybody, it's John again, and as we can see, Rojo is now pretty much he is swallowing that rat, and you can see how wide his mouth has gotten at this point, how far he's opening it. You can see how there we go, he's pulling his mouth over. What they like to do is they use their lower jaws, and since their lower jaw is not connected at the front, there's no bone connecting the front part of their jaw. It's just really stretchy connective tissue in the front that's very strong. They can move both sides of their jaw independently. So what he's going to be doing is he's going to move the left side and the right side of his lower jaw separately and kind of use his teeth to kind of grab on and pull that rat further into his mouth. And then all the muscles in his neck and throat kind of work into play with, they kind of help push that rat even further down as it goes. So he's pulling it in, there we go. Sit down here and just kind of film him doing this. Let's see how wide his mouth got there. And again, snakes can pretty much swallow something that's usually generally as big around as their body. So their heads are a lot skinnier than their body is, but they can open that mouth real wide, and their skin also stretches. You can see how his skin around his mouth right now is stretching. There he goes. Just a little bit left to get in. And then it'll just be the tail. I can't really see it, but it's a little difficult to see because if he was looking directly at me, we might be able to see it, but he's not. But snakes, the way that they keep breathing while they're swallowing something, because if you were shoving a watermelon down your mouth, you'd have trouble breathing. They have it kind of looks like this little tube-shaped thing right behind their tongue. And that is a part of their trachea. So when they're swallowing something, they're not actually, our trachea and our esophagus are not connected to each other. They're separate, but they separate further back in our throats. Whereas a snake, their trachea is, the opening to their lungs is right inside their mouth. It's like right there at the front. So when they're swallowing their food, they can still breathe very easily, which is important. You can see how much he is stretching around his neck right there. So you can see that. How much he's stretched. And when snakes do eat their food, as it kind of makes its way through their body, you can feel it. It'll feel like a fairly firm lump in their body, usually right around their midsection, right around there is where you especially feel those rats, or if it's a smaller snake, mice or anything like that. I think he just has a little bit more left. So he is pushing it down. That rat is probably right about there right now, as he's pushing it down, using all of his muscles now. Now, I could feed him a second one, but since I am feeding him twice a month, and snakes are really good at conserving their energy, really, it's important that you really don't overfeed a snake in captivity. It happens more than people think, and snakes can easily become overweight because normally in the wild they may not eat for several months, so they may realistically not be eating a whole lot, whereas in captivity, people generally feed them all the time. Once a week. Usually once a week. And so if you're feeding them a lot, they can unfortunately, get overweight. Especially since they're usually confined to small enclosures. They're not out in the open of your backyard, slithering around and living like they would in nature. So pretty much now he is done. He's done swallowing. He's flicking his tongue in and out. So he's all done. See how he is. Usually, right after snakes eat, sometimes you wanna make sure that they're okay with being touched. He's like, hey, he's looking. He's like, hey, you got something else? It's like, nope, don't have something else for you. Calm down, buddy. So we're gonna let him sit for a little bit longer before I pick him up. Don't want to pick him up and him still be wanting to eat something. So we're just gonna let him sit and relax. And yeah, so you guys got to see a snake eating some food. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, if you don't like this kind of thing, that's fine. This is for educational purposes. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. We're going to be saying bye to Rojo. And as always, like, subscribe, and share the videos. And check out our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook pages, as well as our website. We'll be seeing you guys later.